Hey everybody, I'm Jess Birken of Birken Law Office, here today with Jen Jambor-Delgado. And what is it you do again?
I'm a lawyer. I specialize in working with food entrepreneurs to help them grow and build their businesses.
Right on. So today we are talking about trademark, and this video is about what to do if you get a cease and desist letter. Now that is a letter that basically says, you're infringing on the brand that I own, and it usually comes from a lawyer, and it's pretty scary to open that envelope. So if that happens, what should people do? What is step one?
Sure. Well, I think the natural inclination is to stick your head in the sand because
you just put that envelope over here under some other bills.
Yeah, this isn't real. And those letters are scary, so I get that inclination. I think it's supernatural. What you should do, though, is not ignore it. Like, you need to act right away. And know that this isn't going away, right? So you can ignore the first letter, but a second one will come. So don't ignore it. Decide you have to take it seriously. That's really the first thing. It's a mindset thing.
And so then the second thing would be to do your homework.
Absolutely. So I think what you want to do is first take a look at the facts in the letter and do whatever research you can in the world of the internet to find out how accurate those facts are, because they're not always, and you want to know that. And
okay, wait. So what do we mean by that? Because I feel like, this comes up with people I know who are makers on Etsy and things like they're like, I make these custom cowboy boots, and I got a cease and desist letter that says you're infringing on Esmeralda's custom cowboy boot designs. So the research looks like looking up the company?
Look up the company, find out everything you can about it. So go to all its social media profiles. When did those go up, right? Were you already selling I forgot the example already.
Custom cowboy boots.
Were you selling your custom cowboy boots before Esmeralda's shop started? Like, see when their Etsy shop started, see when their social media profiles went up, their website, when they registered with the Secretary of State. These are all clues, essentially, that tell you, did this business really start before mine? And that's like one of the key questions in any trademark infringement dispute is, who had prior use. Okay. And so you might be able to argue about whether the marks are similar or not, but what you really want to find out is, they're saying they used their mark before I was using mine. They might not be right about that. So find out. Another piece of research I would recommend is you want to know, are these guys super rabid trademark enforcers? Some people overinterpret the scope of their trademark rights and are litigious and are out there going after everyone. And you want to know if you've got someone like that on the other side of the cease and desist letter.
Okay. And so then after we've not shoved this bill in a pile, never to be seen again, this letter, we've done some basic homework, then the third step is going to be call a lawyer, right?
You do need to call a lawyer. So organize your research, because that's going to save you time and money, and you can present all of the facts you've gathered to the lawyer and say, from what I found out, this company, first filed their LLC in X state on this date, and all of their social media platforms were active as of this time period.
So you're basically going to get your homework together as a little bundle of evidence that you can show to your attorney so that they don't spend their time and effort and your money doing that same homework.
Yes.
So that will help the lawyer kind of get your assessment done. And then once we've kind of called the lawyer and we're hoping that this will get resolved, what are sort of the ways this can get resolved?
Sure. Well, so let's say Esmeralda's right. You're infringing on her mark.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
So one option is you try to work something out with Esmeralda. Maybe you can get a license to use the mark, and that's where you pay a fee, usually annual, and it doesn't have to be a lot, for use of the mark. You don't own it then, and that might not work for everybody. Some people they want to own their mark, and there's good reasons to own it, which I think we'll talk about in another video.
Okay.
So that's one possible option, is a license agreement. Another possible compromise option is something called a consent agreement, where you basically kind of like stake out your claim. I'm using this mark in connection with these types of products or services in this geographic area or this type of marketplace. You're going to use it with these products in this geographic area or this particular marketplace.
So find a way to share, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And if you're really the one who screwed up and you are infringing on someone's mark and they're not willing to compromise with you, worst case scenario, you need to think about rebranding. And nobody wants to do that.
Yep.
It's not pleasant, but that is sometimes what you end up having to do. But you can also negotiate the terms of how you rebrand, when you rebrand. Sometimes you can negotiate for the other party to pay you some money to reimburse you for the cost of rebranding. So those are all options that are better than litigating, because then you're just going to bleed money forever, because these cases are really expensive to litigate.
And in which case sometimes it might actually be more cost effective to rebrand, potentially.
Almost always, actually.
Versus going to court.
Yep. These cases are really expensive to litigate, so.
Yeah. And I think like the lawyers who send the cease and desist letters know that, so
absolutely
everyone's trying to settle. Absolutely. Is my guess.
Yes, that is true. So.
Interesting. Well, thank you. That was super great information. If people have more questions about trademark, they can go to your website. Everybody can connect with us online, and we're going to make another video.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.